morning, everyone. I wanted to come on and just give a quick little message because I realized something today as I was walking my puppy. This is Mr. Big Chew. He is my service dog. He does a very good job. But I was walking my puppy and I realized something. This weekend was Mother's Day. And I mean, I knew that. Of course I knew that. I've been posting about Mother's Day. It was a very complicated day for me because it was the first day since I disconnected from my narcissistic mother who has emotional detachment personality disorder. So it was weird. I heard some things that made me cry. I heard some things that made me happy. And I felt a lot. But one of the things I realized this morning as I was talking to one of my friends is the last narcissist that I separated from before my mother, the one that I thought was my last narcissistic relationship. I was in a 10-year abusive relationship with a man in California. And it took me a long time and a lot of friends and a lot of support and a lot of healing that I thought I was ready for. And I was to a point, but not completely, because I didn't realize there was still this other narcissist in my life, the one who had really started it all. But today I realized that it really was a big step. That was my first step to recognizing that I was better than those relationships, that I deserved better. Sorry, dog is taking his time. That I deserved better than to be treated like that in my relationships. And granted, I still had a lot to learn, and it took me a good number of years. But I realized that I left that relationship. I packed up that bag. I packed up that van that showed up on my doorstep with hours' notice. And I left after 10 years. I left. And the day I left was Mother's Day, 2014. 8 years I have had healthy, romantic relationships. And I cannot tell you how much that made my life so much better and made it improve to the point where I was able to heal enough to see the rest of the problems that were in my life. And it was a start of doors opening. It was a start of things improving. It wasn't the finish line. It was just the first leg of the race. And what it did for me is it made me realize I was strong enough, that I could do this. And I'm not sure had I not had that experience with the abusive romantic relationship, that it would have been quite so easy for me to, and I'm not saying it was easy, but I think it would have been nearly impossible to separate from my mother. It gave me what I needed in order to make that next step. So, it was 7.5 years it took me to go from my last narcissistic romantic relationship to freeing myself from my last narcissist. Hopefully, God, I may bump into some more someday, but I pray that I don't have to have a relationship with them in some form or fashion. What I do know is that every little step, the smallest of steps, everything makes a difference. Everything brings you closer to healing. Don't discount the little steps that you're taking. If you're not free of the narcissist yet, don't dread. You'll get there because you're learning, you're hopeful, and you're seeking out help. And that is all it takes. That's all it takes. Once you find your people, once you find your community, once you find out you're not alone and that you have been dealing with some seriously screwed up shit that nobody deserves, but unfortunately a lot of us are familiar with, you start to really come out of it. You start to really recover. And that, my friends, is when life just becomes beautiful. So I hope that your life is beautiful. My life is beautiful. And it has been. It has been. Even when I was suffering. Even when I was being abused and tortured. Even when I was in those narcissistic relationships. My life was beautiful. I just wasn't allowed to see it. You are beautiful. Your soul is beautiful. And you are exactly who you are supposed to be. Don't let anyone take that from you.